Ebenezer Scrooge, a name that would strike fear, anger, and disdain in people's hearts. He called Christmas a humbug. That. Then one fateful night, he was visited by his old partner, Jacob Marley, and the three spirits. I played a part in that. His life would never be the same. He realized all that he was missing in life. He saw the error of his old ways and vowed to do better. I would say that he has kept that promise. No one has told the whole story of who he became until now.
Good morning, Mr. Scrooge.
Mr. Cratchit? Did you go see Mr. Simon?
Yes, sir. He did not have the whole amount due, but he gave me what he could and promised to catch up next time.
Well, I see. Well, I know he has had a rough few weeks, and he will be good for the money. We can start a new payment plan with him if he needs it.
Yes, sir. If I may say, sir, it's still very different to see this change in you.
I can only imagine, Bob. I spent a lot of time isolating myself from the rest of the world. Thankfully, I had an experience that opened my eyes and let me see all the good in life and how much I could help others. My heart is now full of love.
Whatever the experience, I'm happy for you that you had it.
And I've meant everything I've said about you, Bob. You are a very good worker, and I'll see to it that you have a bright future here. And as for your boy Tim, he will have a healthy future as well.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, one other thing. Stop calling me sir. Just call me Ebenezer. After all, we are partners now, aren't we?
Sir?
Hello there, Uncle. Bob?
Ah, nephew, just in time. Did you bring what I asked?
Yes, I did, Uncle.
Why don't you do the honors, Bob?
What honors? Oh, sir, are you serious?
Yes, yes I am.
I don't know what to say, sir.
There is nothing to say. Now, go on.
Congratulations, Bob.
Thank you, Fred.
You earned this.
Thank you, Ebenezer.
You're welcome, partner.
Well, I have some other affairs to attend to now, Uncle. Dinner on Sunday.
Oh, yes, of course. Please, give Rosie my best.
I will. Goodbye, Bob.
This just means so much. I can't believe it.
It is well deserved, Bob. You know, when I was a young man, my boss taught me everything I know. Not only about business, but about life. I lost sight of that part for a while, but no longer. We have a good future here together.
That sounds good to me.
Good day, gentlemen of Scrooge and Marley. Oh, I beg your pardon, Scrooge and Cratchit.
Now then, sir, what is it we can do for you today?
Today, it is not about what you can do for me, but what I can do for you. Thanks to the money you recently donated, I stopped by the local hospital. I told them of the situation with your boy, Mr. Cratchit, and the doctors there think they can help.
Really? Are you serious?
Oh, yes, sir. They want to meet with you and Tim and discuss treatment and how to get him better.
Thank you, sir. I just don't know how I'll be able to pay for his care.
Now, Bob, I told you I would take care of everything.
But you've already done so much.
Nonsense. There is more yet to be done. After all, your family is in need, and, well, I would like to think of your family as my own family.
Thank you, sir.
Ebenezer.
I will make all arrangements. I've got a group ready, but I just need to get one particular doctor on board. He can be a little rough to deal with. Kind of reminds me of somebody I used to know.
Well, now, let's hope that Tiny Tim's condition melts his heart, as it did mine.
Quite the change from the last time we saw Scrooge, isn't it? Scrooge truly had become a changed man, and showed it to everyone with his gratitude. He had taken Bob and his family into his heart, and would try to do everything he could for them.
Good afternoon, Dr. Duncan.
My schedule for the day, nurse.
Yes, doctor, it's very light for today.
Why is that?
The patients are being seen by the other doctors at the hospital.
They stole my patients?
No, it seems the patients requested it themselves.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
I work with some of the local charities, providing care for those less fortunate in our town. I was hoping to speak with Dr. John Duncan. Oh, Dr. Duncan. I am Mr. Thompson. I am here to discuss a very important case.
I do not have time for charity cases, sir.
Oh, this is much more than a charity case. All costs will be covered and then some.
I thought you said you worked for the less fortunate, who cannot afford it.
Oh, I do, sir. But this is a very special case. A gentleman has pledged to support and pay all costs involved.
Really? That man must be quite an angel. Might I inquire as to the name this person is?
Oh, I don't think I can provide that information.
Well, if you don't have time to provide that information, I don't have time to explore the case. Good day.
It is Mr. Ebenezer Scrooge, sir.
Scrooge? You must be kidding. That man is a worthless old fool who's been miserable his whole life.
Oh, but he has changed, sir. Truly he has.
Nonsense. That man could never change. I will never be involved with anything with that man. Good day, sir.
Oh, but sir, there is a young boy.
I will not be involved with Ebenezer Scrooge. Now please leave.
Sir, why would you not speak with him?
I have my reasons, nurse.
But he mentioned a boy needing help.
Yes, probably all part of a story concocted by Scrooge.
Why would you think that?
I have my reasons, nurse.
Sir, maybe there really is more to the story.
I do not wish to discuss this any longer.
Well, that didn't go the way we had all wanted it to. Hope was not lost, though. While Dr. Duncan was the best at what he did, there were other resources out there. The Cratchit family had so much hope now that Tim would get better, and Scrooge was determined to see it through.
Hello, Mother. I'm home from work.
Oh, just in time, too. Dinner's almost ready, and your father will be home any minute, too.
How's work today, Peter?
Well, it was a very interesting day. I have to say that when I first got this job with Mr. Pilkington, I didn't think I would like it, but He's been teaching me so much, and I think it really has been good for me.
And not to mention how much you have helped the family.
I'm sure it is still more exciting than sewing dresses all day.
What have I said about that?
I'm only kidding, Mama.
And the work you're doing really helps us.
I know, Mom. I'm happy to help.
I want to get a job too.
Oh, you don't have to do that yet, Tim.
We need you to get better first anyway.
I hope it's soon.
We all do.
Good evening, family.
Good evening, Father.
evening, dear.
Father?
Well, I have some very exciting news to share with all of you.
Oh, what is it?
So, as you know, Mr. Scrooge has been very good to me lately and has provided us with more money. Today he surprised me when his nephew Fred came by to visit, and he put up a new sign that reads Scrooge and Cratchit. He made me his partner in the business.
Oh, that is wonderful news. I'm so proud of you, dear.
Does this mean I can stop sewing dresses?
No, Martha.
It was worth asking.
It just means we don't need you to work for Mr. Fleming anymore. You can stay and help your mother here at home.
Do you mean it, Father?
Yes, I know you didn't enjoy working, but it meant so much to this family when we needed it. Now you can learn from your mother.
Will you teach me things, Mama?
Of course I will, dear. And I'm sure you've learned some things you could teach me, too.
Now making dresses will be lots of fun.
You can all thank Mr. Scrooge for this.
I can't believe Mr. Scrooge changed so much.
I know. He really has become this wonderful man ever since this past Christmas. Seems he finally found the spirit of Christmas in his heart after all these years. Oh, how was your day with Mr. Pilkington, Peter?
It was really great. He's been teaching me so much.
That's good to hear. I knew it would be good for you to be working. Pilkington is a good businessman and will be able to guide you towards a bright future.
I certainly hope so.
Speaking of bright future, I have more news.
More good news, I hope?
It's news that I hope is good. A gentleman stopped by the office today and said he knew of some doctors that knew how to take care of Tim.
That is good news.
They were hoping to get one doctor on the case, but it seems like he might be a little too much like the old Mr. Scrooge.
Am I going to get better?
I certainly hope so, my boy. We're definitely going to try. Mr. Scrooge said he would take care of everything related to Tim's care.
Tim is ready.
Okay, before we eat, I would like to propose a toast to Mr. Scrooge.
Really?
Yes, really. I know in the past I thought he made your life miserable, but I could see how much he's changed with all he's doing now. Forgiveness is a virtue, and I forgive Mr. Scrooge, as long as he forgives me too for the way I used to think about him. He truly is the founder of our feasts now. To Mr. Scrooge!
To Mr. Scrooge!
Dear Lord, we thank you for this day for each other. And for us to be healthy and happy. God bless us, everyone.
God bless us.
The changes in Scrooge could be seen by everyone who came across it. While it did take some people a little bit of time to get used to this new Scrooge, just about everyone fell in line. Well, except for Dr. Duncan. Nonetheless, the gentleman would not be stopped in helping out Scrooge in his quest to get Tiny Tim well.
Good afternoon, Mr. Scrooge.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. Of course, you know my new partner, Bob. And this here is his son, Tiny Tim.
Very nice to finally meet you, Tim.
Good day, sir.
My meeting with the doctor did not go as I had hoped. But nonetheless, we have a team of doctors ready to meet with little Tim here.
Oh, what happened with that doctor? I thought you said that he was the best.
He was just very busy right now, and he suggested that we find some doctors that can dedicate their time to Tim.
Well, I wanted the best for Tim, but I trust that you have secured the services of a team that will be able to help him.
Oh, yes, sir. They're ready right away.
Do you hear that, Tim? Thanks to Uncle Scrooge, You're going to get all better, and soon you'll be running around here.
Thank you, Uncle Scrooge.
Well, you're welcome, Tim.
I still cannot thank you enough for this, Mr. Scrooge.
Uh,
Ebenezer. My boy will get to live a normal, healthy life because of you.
it's the least I could do, Bob.
Well, shall we go meet the doctors?
That would be great.
This is the start of good things to come.
Soon, you'll be racing us down the street.
You mean that, sir?
Oh, absolutely.
Watch where you're going,
I'm
fool.
sorry, I didn't see you there.
Well, if it isn't the old crotchety Mr. Scrooge.
I'm sorry, do I know you?
Would it matter if you did? You would just walk all over me like you do everyone else.
I'm truly sorry if I ever hurt you before, but I am a changed man now.
Bah! You may have everyone else fooled, but not me. Someone like you could never change.
That is your opinion, sir.
That is not my opinion. That is a fact. Now, get out of my way. I have more important things to do than to argue with an old fool like you.
I truly do not know who that man was, but it does remind me of all the people I may have hurt over the years. Nonetheless, I must continue on this new path I have chosen.
Scrooge was truly stunned by this man. He had never met Dr. Duncan before, so he had no idea this was the man who refused to help Tiny Tim. I wonder how Scrooge would have felt about this encounter had he known. Some time would pass, and the doctors were able to help Tiny Tim. He was doing better than ever and running all over the place.
I win!
Yes, you did. Oh, it's clear. You're feeling better.
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, I think they fixed you up a little too well there.
You may be right there, Ebenezer. I'll take Tim home and then return back to the office.
Yes, well, don't get too worn out chasing him around now.
Thank you for the lunch, Uncle Scrooge.
Oh, you're welcome, Tim.
Let's go, Father.
What? Slow down!
Ebenezer.
Yes? Well?
Yes. It's been a long time. I'm surprised you recognize me.
Yes, it has been a long time, but I could never forget you. Why, you barely changed at all.
I couldn't help but notice you with that little boy.
Yes, that is the son of my clerk. I mean, my new partner. Tiny Tim there was very ill for a long time, but I saw to it that he got the care he needed to get better.
It's wonderful. I had heard that you had changed, but to see it with my own eyes. It was good to see you.
I didn't like the man that I was for a very long time.
Well, I just saw the man I always knew you could be. I always knew that deep down you had a good soul. That was the man I loved.
Sorry I didn't realize it sooner. I guess I was a fool. I waited until it was too late.
It's never too late. You just need to make the best of it now. I've been here and you have been.
Yes. Well, I promised some, beings that I would.
I'm happy for you then, Ebenezer. I won't keep you any longer.
Is something wrong, Belle?
Oh no, I'm just tired.
So, how is your family?
Very well. I have 2 daughters.
Oh, that's great to hear. And your husband?
He is, well, he works very hard, especially lately.
Yes, I know how that can be. So what do you do with yourself now?
Mostly just take care of the house and spend time with my grandchildren.
Your grandmother. How many grandchildren are there?
There are 4. I love them so very much.
Yes, I'm sure you do.
I really must be going. It was nice to see you, Ebenezer.
Yes, it was very nice to see you too, Belle.
Mm.
Oh, if only I hadn't been such a fool all those years ago.
Scrooge had just faced one of his biggest regrets. Belle was his first love, and we just saw that as much of a hardened man as he had been for years, he still held that love for her in his heart. Seeing her could go different ways. We will see if anything comes of this chance meeting. Now, as Belle mentioned, Scrooge had a good soul. That is why he was truly able to change his ways. In fact, his soul was so strong that it gave a spirit like me new life. That also meant that there would be someone else for me to pay a visit to with Christmas quickly approaching.
There are no more appointments scheduled for today, Doctor.
Very good.
Are you getting excited with Christmas coming so quickly?
Why would I be getting excited for that?
Because Christmas is such a joyous time of year.
Not for me.
But it's a wonderful time to spend with your family.
My family does not bring back fond memories.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir.
It makes no difference. It's just another day to me. Let it go.
Well, I'm sure you have some good memories of Christmas.
I said it doesn't bring back anything good for me.
I'm sorry to upset you, sir.
I said, asked you to let it go, and you continued. I wish to be alone.
I will be going now, sir.
Yes, do that.
Good evening.
John Duncan.
It is Dr. Duncan, and I said I wish to be alone.
John Duncan.
Dr. Duncan! I must be hearing things.
You are not just hearing things, Mr. Duncan. You can see with your own eyes.
Dr. Duncan! What is this? This isn't
It
real.
is more real than you know.
No, none of this is real. It's not happening.
Yes, it is. I am a spirit sent to speak with you.
Oh, really? Well, I don't speak with spirits.
Then who are you talking to right now?
Clearly, I'm talking to myself. I must just need some rest.
It is not yourself you are talking to. I promise you that I am here.
If you are here, then why can I see right through you?
I told you, I am a spirit, but I am as real as you are.
Touch my hand then. That was just the wind.
What wind? We're inside.
Well, it wasn't you, that's all I know.
Why do you still doubt me?
I must be losing my mind.
You have not lost your mind. Now listen to me.
No, that's it. I'm just stressed and imagining things.
You are imagining nothing.
It was all that talk of Christmas. It's just...
Enough! but I need you to understand how real this is. I'm here to try and help you.
Help me? I don't need any help from anyone.
You need more help than you realize.
So, what is it that I need help with?
Your life, your soul.
My life is just fine.
Is it really? And what about your soul?
What about it?
It is not well. I have been sent here to help you heal it.
Nonsense. I don't need any help with that.
You say that now, but trust me when I say it is important to believe in what I am saying to you.
Okay, speak. Tell me what it is that you feel is so damn important, but make it quick.
You must change your ways. You must release this anger you feel if you want to live a happy life.
My life is quite happy. I am a very successful doctor and I have a family of my own.
You were a well-respected doctor, but now your reputation is that of a man very difficult to work with.
It is not my fault that others do not like the way I run my business.
And the way you run your family?
What of it?
Can you honestly say that you are happy and that you make your family happy?
I work to provide for them. What more could they want?
They want the man you were. That was the man they loved.
That's it. I've heard enough. Leave me.
I will not leave until you understand how serious this is.
If I say I understand, then will you leave?
No! You need to believe it in your heart.
I'm leaving and going home. Do not disturb me again.
This is not over. You can still be helped somehow.
Goodbye. Whatever you are.
Come back. That did not go well. He does not see that he is headed down a path of misery if he does not change his ways. Why will he not believe it? I have dealt with a worse situation before. Even Scrooge was easier to convince. That's it. If he won't listen to me, maybe he will listen to a real man. I'm sure this will come as a surprise to Scrooge.
Oh, it's been quite a day. Felt so good to see Tiny Tim feeling so well. That boy is so special. I love him as if he were my own son. Perhaps things had been different. I might have had a son of my own. Certainly was a shock seeing Belle today. Why, she looked as beautiful as ever. I truly hope she is happy. Oh, what might have been.
Ebenezer Scrooge.
Oh, dear Lord, not again.
Ebenezer Scrooge.
Oh my God, it is happening. What are you doing here?
I know you must be surprised to see me.
Yes, very.
I had to come back to speak with you.
About what? How can I help you?
Yes, you have.
Really?
I need your help.
My help? How can I help the powerful spirit of Christmas? Wait, how are you even here? Hey, I thought you told me that spirits' lives last just one night.
That is true. I told you that, and it wasn't a lie. What you did last year was not only give yourself new life, but also me. It is very unusual that I would be able to visit you again, but there is a situation that I have not been able to fix, and you are the one person who might be able to do so.
What type of situation?
There is a new Scrooge.
A new Scrooge. And what does that mean?
It means that there is a man who is in some ways very much like you were. His life took a turn, and he is headed down that same miserable path you used to walk down.
How does this affect me, though?
I tried to reach him, but he will not listen. He does not believe in me. He seems to only deal in reality and needs to learn his lesson from a real man. That's where you can help.
Me? How can I help?
He may listen if he hears the lessons you have learned.
Do you really think I can accomplish that?
Yes, and there is no time to waste. It is almost Christmas.
I realize that, but why should Christmas matter here?
If he cannot see his error and change his ways, it may be too late for him.
And why am I the one that can help him?
Who better than someone who has lived it?
Well, you did help me, and for that I am grateful.
You better get dressed.
What's the matter? Was what I have on afraid I'll catch a cold?
No, it is not that. You cannot go see him dressed as yourself.
Why not?
Not everyone believes in you either. He must not know who you really are, so you will have to disguise yourself.
Disguise myself? How am I supposed to do that?
I will help you.
It's such a nice evening.
Yes, it is. The evening seems so much nicer now that Timmins well.
Yes, it is wonderful that he can just be a little boy now.
I can't thank Mr. Scrooge enough for all he has done for us. I feel bad for the way I used to think about him.
That's all right. He truly is a changed man now.
But I should have never said those bad things. I should have been as positive as you has always been, despite how he acted.
Well, to tell you the truth, dear, I wasn't always positive about him. I definitely felt the stresses that he would put onto me and others. I just tried to stay strong for you and the children. And regardless of how he acted, we would have been worse off without him and not been able to put food on the table.
You're right. But now that you've made partner this year in the business, we'll be able to have another big-sized turkey for Christmas.
I hope there's one big enough. Remember how much Tim ate last year? Now he really is a growing boy, so who knows how many helpings he will go for.
Oh, it's always so wonderful when the family's all together, but this is going to be the best Christmas yet.
Yes, it will, my dear. Yes, it will.
Mama, Father, come quick!
What is it?
It's Tim!
What?
Hello? I'm home! Well, at least I'm not hearing voices anymore. I had hoped that my wife would be here. What is wrong with that woman?
This is the man I need you to help.
Wait. Yes, I know this man. I met him many months ago. And he was very rude to me. Seemed that he may even hate me for some reason.
Glad you are in disguise, then.
How am I supposed to help this man if he already hates me?
Believe in the spirit inside you. Come with me.
Hello, Father.
Clara, what are you doing here?
I was actually looking for Mother.
Where is she?
She was upset. She ran out a while ago.
What was she upset about this time?
You, Father?
Is that what she said?
She didn't eat you, Father. We knew what it was about. Why are you so hard on her?
Well, she is my wife, and I want her to be here for me.
She is here for you, but you need to be here for her too.
I am here for her, and for this entire family.
Something has changed with you, Father. You were not always like this.
It's complicated.
Come on now. Tell us what's happened to make you the way you are.
I don't want to get into this now.
When will you get into it, Father? Over Christmas dinner?
Christmas dinner? Why?
Why what?
Why is Christmas dinner so special?
Because it is Christmas.
We wouldn't even have a Christmas dinner if your mother's going to be running off.
Father! If this is what makes your mother, I can see why she ran off.
Don't talk to your father like that. Why don't you just leave? Maybe you can find your mother and your sister.
But Father...
Please, just leave.
Goodbye, Father. I hope you find a father once new.
I thought I asked you to leave. Who are you?
Me? Well, I am a friend.
I don't know you. You are not a friend. Now please leave.
Please, sir. I need to help you. It's important.
Help me with what?
Well, let me tell you, my name is Truman.
Truman? What do you want?
To help you. May I come in?
No. Now go.
I can help you more than you imagine.
I've heard that before.
Please, sir, if you wouldn't listen to the Spirit, listen to me.
How do you know about that?
Because the Spirit sent me to you to help you.
I don't want your help. Or his.
Please, sir, I beg you to let me help you. I know better than anyone what it's like to have someone help you and open your eyes.
Open my eyes? What does that mean?
Open the door and let me in, and I will explain.
Go away!
Please, one chance is all I ask. Trust me.
How can I trust you? I don't even know you.
All I need is to speak with you. You won't regret it.
I already do. You have 1 minute.
Thank you.
Okay, Truman, talk.
And I came here to help you.
Help me with what?
With getting your life back on the right path.
I don't want or need that kind of help.
Oh, sir, but you do. You truly need my help. More than you know. I know you don't believe me, but I can help you.
How could I believe that you could help me? You were a stranger.
I can help you avoid this life of misery that I used to walk as well.
I do not live a life of misery.
Are you sure about that?
Well, yes, I am.
You don't seem so sure.
Well, nobody's life is perfect.
Well, then tell me what isn't perfect, and I can help you.
This is ridiculous. I don't even know you.
Please, open up your heart and experience the world as I see it now. If you don't, it may be too late, and you will lose everything that you love.
Okay, so Maybe things haven't been perfect lately, but I work very hard and it can be very stressful.
Doing what?
I'm a very successful doctor. So much so that I even have people come up to me to work on special cases. I even had them come up to me and ask me to work on a charity case.
What is wrong with charity?
I simply have no time for it, and what will charity do for me?
I used to think that as well, until I realized how good charity can make you feel.
You sound like this man who came to see me many months ago. He tried to get me to take on a special case of some poor sick boy. He even told me that all the costs will be covered by some other man.
You did not believe him?
Of course not. That man would never do anything out of the goodness of his own heart. That man has no heart.
Maybe that man has changed.
Now you're starting to sound like my wife. She tried to tell me that she's heard of good things coming from this man. It's impossible. I can't even speak to her for showing this man any feeling.
You are getting very angry, sir. This is what I am trying to help you avoid.
Of course I'm angry. You brought up the one man who was the lowest of the low.
I'm sorry, I did not know that you held such anger for someone.
Well, you didn't, but my wife should have.
Are there problems in your marriage?
You could say that.
Well, then maybe that's what I can help you with.
Really? Well, it sounds like you might get your chance right now. It seems like my wife has just arrived home.
Belle.
Welcome home, wife.
Hello, dear.
Where did you run off to?
I just went to take a walk.
So, you decide to go take a walk when our daughters come to visit.
You seem angry.
It is our daughters who should be angry that their mother would run out on them.
That is not what happened. I'm sorry. I didn't realize we had company.
Yes, we should not be rude when we have guests. This is my acquaintance, Truman.
Nice to meet you, Truman.
Nice to meet you, ma'am.
Perhaps I should leave you gentlemen alone.
No, that won't be necessary. I must be going now.
Do not leave on account of my wife.
But I must go now.
Right this second?
I will be in touch.
Oh, and here I thought you came to see me because I needed so much help.
You do, sir. Oh, you truly do.
Well, I hope you're happy now. You made my friend run off.
All I did was enter the room.
Seems lately that's all you need to do.
What has happened to us?
What do you mean?
We can't even talk to each other. You're angry all the time. You were never like this before, so what has changed?
Maybe I just realized what is true in life.
What is that supposed to mean?
Leave me alone.
This is what I'm talking about. I am asking how I can help you, but you shut me out.
I am not shutting you out. I just know who I can trust.
Are you saying you can't trust me now? What did I do?
I don't want to talk about this now.
Please talk to me. Something has happened to you this year, and I just want to know what it is. We used to be happy, but now you're just different.
Happiness can be a fleeting thing. You never know what could happen to cause that to change.
So what happened? What happened to cause the change?
Why don't you just go for another walk?
But I do.
Go! What just happened here? I know things haven't been perfect lately, but something did set me off. It was Truman. He brought up that situation where I had that run-in with the horrible Ebenezer Scrooge. I'll never forgive that man for what he did. She seems to think that that he's changed somehow. This is all Scrooge's fault!
How am I supposed to help that man? He is so angry. It seems that he hates me for some reason. When I saw Belle and the way he spoke to her, I can't do this. Spirit, do you hear me? I can't do this.
Ebenezer?
There you are. I'm out. I cannot do what you asked me to do.
You can, Ebenezer. You just have to try again.
How can I with this man?
Just like you. He has a good heart that just needs to be opened up again.
A good heart. He spoke so harshly to Belle. That is his wife, who he should love with all his heart. He has something special there that he may never find again.
I seem to remember someone else that lost something special.
You mean me? The way I treated Belle.
You did change, and she left because of the way you treated her.
I know that. And I have made amends for that. I cannot change what has happened. How can I help a man who treats her that way?
Do you still love her?
Of course I do! I mean, well, I guess I never stopped loving her.
Then you must do it for her sake.
How?
You will have to figure that out. Sometimes you may have to make a personal sacrifice for others.
I'm going to need some real help. Time to figure this out.
Oh, Uncle Scrooge!
Hello, nephew. I need to speak with you about something important.
Oh, of course, Uncle. Come in, come in.
Thank you.
What is it? You look puzzled.
I was very harsh to you for so long, but you forgave me.
We've been through this before, Uncle. The past is in the past.
I know that, and I thank you for being so forgiving. But I need to know how you did it.
How did I forgive you?
Yes, how did you get past all the hurt I must have caused you?
Why are you asking this now?
Please, nephew, just answer me.
Well, Uncle, I believe that deep down there was a good man with a good heart who would see the error of his ways. I knew there must have been some way to get through to you.
You never did give up on me. Suppose I must do the same now.
Uncle?
I met someone who reminds me a lot of myself. Or at least the me I formerly was.
Perhaps you could use your own experience and help that person.
Yes, so I've been told. It's not as easy as that.
What do you mean?
It seems that I may have done something to this man in the past to cause him to hate me for some reason.
Maybe you should just ask him what happened.
I'm almost afraid to find out why he hates me. Let's see what I did.
Look, I know it's been difficult for you to face these past demons, but you've done it well. And I couldn't be more proud of you, Uncle.
Thank you, Fred. But afraid there's more to it.
You know that if there's anything I can do to help, I'm always here.
Well, you did help me a little, but I must be going home now.
It was good to see you, Uncle. Please, do stop by any time.
Thank you, Fred. Belle?
Ebenezer.
What's wrong?
It's nothing.
You're crying. Sure it's not nothing.
I'm just upset.
What are you upset about?
It is hard to talk about with you, but it is my husband.
Oh. What is wrong with him?
We got into an argument. It seems to happen often now.
May I ask what the argument was about?
I wish I knew really. He has just become so angry. He was never like this before. He truly was a kind man, but now all he seems to care about is his business, and he has no time for his family.
Yes, I know how that is.
I'm sorry, Ebenezer, I didn't
You know,
mean to.
it's okay, Belle. I know that it does sound like someone you knew. You are a special person, Belle. And I'm sure whatever it is that he is dealing with, he will be able to resolve it. And see what a special thing that he has with you. Before it is too late.
Mr. Scrooge,
Martha, what are you doing out here at this hour?
I was actually looking for you.
What for?
It's Tim. He's not feeling well.
Oh my God, what happened? Never mind, just tell me on the way back to your house. I'm sorry, Belle, but I must be going now. I hope everything will be okay.
Thank you, Ebenezer.
Oh, Bob. Martha told me. What happened with Tim?
We were out taking a walk when Peter came to find us. He said that Tim got very weak and was having trouble walking again. We took him to the doctors, and they think he has some kind of infection again. They're not sure how to help.
There must be some way to help him. After all, he has come so far in this past year. I thought he was all better.
So did we. They did say there was one way they could help, but they needed to have another doctor come on the case.
Well, whatever needs to be done, I'm sure we can make it happen.
Thank you. You've already done so much for him.
Now, what exactly did they say about this other doctor?
They said he's one of the finest around and knows what to do with someone who has had the ailments Tim has had. His name is Dr. Duncan.
Dr. Duncan?
Do you know him?
You could say we've crossed paths before.
That's good. Then, if you know him, then he'll surely be able to help out.
Not so sure about that.
Sir?
It may not be as easy as you think, Bob.
Please, I'm sure you can convince him.
Well, whatever it is that needs to be done, I will do my best to help, no matter how hard it may be.
We all thought Tiny Tim was completely healed. It seems we got ahead of ourselves. No one was going to give up hope, though. He had come so far already, this was just a small setback. Scrooge wasn't so sure about that. Knowing that it was Dr. Duncan who was needed made things even more complicated for him than he knew. Somehow, though, Duncan had some trust in Truman, so Scrooge would have to put this to use. He would still have to keep his true identity a secret right now, and for good reason.
How are things at home?
They seem to be worse. I went out after her when she went off, and I found her crying. I happened to see that monster, Ebenezer Scrooge, coming from her direction. I thought that he was the one responsible for making her upset, but when I questioned her on it, She said that I was wrong about him and that he was a changed man now. How could she possibly believe this?
Why do you doubt her?
Because it's Ebenezer Scrooge!
Why do you hate that man so much?
You really want to know?
Yes. Yes, I do.
He ruined the life of my family.
How did he do that?
It was many years ago, when my children were very young. My parents were ill and money was tight. I tried to help them as much as I could, but they didn't want to be a burden on me, so they left out some of the details. They didn't tell me that they were behind on their rent, and that my father had asked for more time, but was very bluntly told, a man pays his bills when they are due. He was told that by Ebenezer Scrooge. He forced them out of their house, and they had to move in with other family in tight quarters. They became very distressed and distraught and depressed, and very quickly after that they got sick and then they passed away. They might still be alive today if it wasn't for that man.
I see. Can imagine how horrible that must have been. I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry? It is Ebenezer Scrooge who should be sorry.
Maybe he is.
Don't you go there too. That man could never be sorry when he has no heart.
I'm sure if given the chance to apologize properly, he would.
Now you sound like my wife. That man could never apologize. He has no heart.
Please, sir, I beg you to let this anger go. Have you always been this stubborn?
Stubborn? You think I'm stubborn?
I mean, you could not have always been just anger and filled with hatred.
You're right, Truman. I let it take over me so much. I don't know why I got so angry. I guess I just kept it suppressed inside, but then hearing his name just brought it all up.
Please, I beg you. You need to let this anger go. I know what it's like to let anger control you. You need to look in your heart first.
You're right, Truman.
I hope I am.
You're leaving?
Yes, I need to go now. But remember what I said. I'm sorry.
Scrooge had just come up against a demon from his past again. Even though he had become a better man, he realized there were still people who were not convinced. This one was hitting very harshly, though. Not only is Scrooge trying to help this man, but knowing how he treats Belle weighed on him too. The love he had for Belle never left him after all these years, despite the way he had acted before. Seeing Belle again, and now being involved in her life, without her knowing it though, was something he would have to figure out how to handle.
Thank you for coming by, nephew.
Of course, Uncle. I'm sorry I wasn't home when you stopped by, but Rosie told me you needed to see me. It sounded serious.
It is, Fred. Do you remember our discussion not long ago about how you forgave me?
Yes.
I need to know how to handle someone who will not forgive me.
Well, have you tried apologizing to this person? Showing them that you are truly a changed man?
Yes, I have apologized. Well, in a way.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that I have apologized. He just doesn't know it was from me.
I don't follow.
You see, someone asked me to
help someone. And I've been trying to do so, but I must do it in disguise.
Why in disguise? Well, why not just be yourself?
I wasn't so sure about that at first myself, but it seems that I may have done something to this man in the past to cause him to hate, despise me. Oh my God, he knew. Present.
Who knew?
Oh, never mind about that. It seems that this anger has caused him to become a hardened man, and he lashes out at his wife, too.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
There's more. His wife is the woman I was going to marry when I was younger.
I can imagine how hard that must be for you.
Yes, it is bringing back old feelings and old regrets.
You can't let those feelings get to you.
Those feelings may have more of an effect than you can imagine. You see, it appears that Tiny Tim has had a setback in his recovery, and he needs to see a special doctor. And it is the man who hates me. He wouldn't see Tim earlier this year because he found out that I was involved in his care. Tim could have seen him back then and been all better by now if it wasn't for me.
Tiny Tim also would never have gotten as well as he did if it wasn't for you too, Uncle.
What do I do, Fred? So many people's lives are affected by what happens here.
It is a rough situation, for sure. But I think you need to trust. Deep down, no matter what decision you make, even if a sacrifice has to be made, it will be the pure heart that wins out in the end.
Still, not giving up on me, I see.
Never, Uncle. Now, I'll bid you good night now. You know Christmas Day is coming soon, and, well, I assume you'll be joining us again.
Yes, of course. Please, give my best to Rosie. And apologize to her for me being so abrupt earlier.
I will. Good evening, Uncle.
Well, if Fred still believes in me, I must believe in myself. Sacrifice must be made.
Oh, good evening, Mr. Scrooge. I hope you remember, tomorrow is the day we're taking Tiny Tim to see the new doctor.
I won't be going.
But you've been there every step, with him and the family.
I know that. But for his sake, I won't be going.
I just don't understand. Is something wrong?
Yes, something is wrong. And it is me.
Oh, surely you don't mean that. You have done so much good.
Yes, but I have also done so much bad. I'm sorry, but it must be this way.
This just doesn't seem right.
Here, take this money. And if more is needed, just let me know. But you must promise me one thing. You must never let this doctor know that I am the one involved in paying for his care.
Why not?
I have my reasons. It is very important that you promise me this.
Very well, sir.
Thank you. It has been a long day. I know I'd like to get my rest now.
Of course, sir. Good evening.
Spirit, you have truly tested me here. Please let me know that I am doing the right thing.
Hi. We are here with my little friend, Tim Cratchit, to see Dr. Duncan.
Yes, Dr. Duncan will be right with you.
Father, where's Uncle Scrooge?
I don't know, Timmy.
Said he wasn't able to make it, but that we should continue on as if he was here.
I know I'm doing better for myself, but his care is still so much, and I fear I won't be able to cover it at the moment.
Well, don't you worry, sir. Thanks to a recent donation to the charity, I will be able to take care of that.
Well, who was that?
Well, he wished to remain anonymous.
Very well, then.
Hello.
Hello, doctor.
Haven't I seen you here before, sir?
Oh, yes, sir. Many months ago, I came to see you about this young boy, but you were very busy at the time. I was able to get him treatment, and he was doing well for such a long time, but he's had a recent setback, and he truly needs your services at this time.
I see. Wasn't he being helped by some other man?
That is no longer the case, sir. I am going to see this through myself to make sure the boy can recover.
I should have known he wouldn't follow through. Very well. I will see what I can do for him. Hello there, young boy.
Doctor, will I get better? I love being when we run around.
I will do everything I can to make that happen. Now let's get you checked out.
How is everything with that young boy?
Very well. He will be just fine.
What a relief. That boy is so important.
We make it sound like he's important to you, but you don't even know him.
Oh, I just mean that he must be important to his family.
Yes, he is a very sweet child. He should never have been in this situation. He would have been helped and made well months ago if it wasn't for Ebenezer Scrooge.
Why do you blame him still?
Because I would have helped him back then if Scrooge wasn't involved.
Isn't that a choice that you made out of your own?
Well, yes, but hearing that man's name just got me so angry.
And that anger could have resulted in something very bad for that innocent little boy.
You're right. I let that feeling control me when it shouldn't have.
Is that anger what caused problems in your marriage?
I suppose so. I don't know why I let that man get to me so.
There are people who look at things in their lives and regret it and want to make amends for it. And it finally sounds like you do now. Please, do the right thing. Don't be a fool. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too, Truman.
Goodbye. Pardon me, ma'am.
Wait! You know my husband. It is Truman, right?
Yes, it is.
You have spent a lot of time around him lately.
Suppose I have.
How is he around you?
I don't follow.
Are you able to really talk to him?
As best I can.
I never seem to be able to talk to him. Especially recently.
He is a very stern man. Reminds me of someone I know.
Reminds me of someone too.
Oh?
That was in the past. That person has changed. I just wish my husband could change too and be the man I once knew.
Maybe he can.
He was so loving and kind. Lately, he's just angry and I don't know how to help him.
Perhaps he is just dealing with something that he needs to resolve.
If he would let me, I could help him.
Do you love him?
He is my husband. What kind of question is that?
Do you love him?
Yes. With all my heart, but...
Then don't give up on him. Don't look back on this day with regret and pain. Choose the life you want.
What?
It's just something I learned from my own experience.
Yes. I suppose that is good advice. Thank you.
Whatever you do, do it out of love. Do it out of love.
Welcome home, dear.
Hello, my dear. I want to talk to you.
Of course. What is it?
I want to apologize for how I've been acting. I let anger control my life, and I didn't realize how many people it was affecting until now.
I wish I could have helped you with this sooner.
Please, don't blame yourself. I was the one who was at fault. I was the fool.
A fool?
Yes, I was just talking with Truman, and he made me realize that.
Truman called you a fool?
Not exactly. He just told me not to be the fool that he once was.
Oh, right. Well, that doesn't matter now. I always knew the man I loved was still there.
Merry Christmas, dear.
Merry Christmas to you, too.
Yes?
Are you Dr. Duncan?
I am.
This is for you then.
What is it?
I do not know.
Who sent you?
They wish to remain anonymous.
Oh, okay.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
What is it, dear?
I don't know. I shall have to open it.
What's wrong?
Nothing is wrong. Look.
Why, this is the deed to your parents' home.
Not just the deed to my parents' home, but my childhood home.
Where could this have come from?
Only one person could have known, but how could he have done it? Oh my God.
Here.
I don't know how he did it.
Who did what?
Someone I never expected to. Oh, this means so much to me. Let us just enjoy the evening, and then tomorrow we can celebrate with our girls.
I was hoping we'd be able to do that. Merry Christmas, dear.
Merry Christmas to you, too.
I'm proud of you, Ebenezer. I know that must have been hard for you to help.
Did it for her. She deserves to be happy.
That is true love.
Merry Christmas, Spirit.
Merry Christmas, Ebenezer. Christmas had arrived. So much has happened in the last year. So many people have changed, and changed for the better. On this glorious Christmas morning, the true spirit of the day could be felt all around.
Uncle Scrooge.
Tim, my boy, I see you are feeling better.
Of course, it's Christmas Day.
Yes, he is feeling much better. It seems it was just a minor ailment, and the treatment will give him a full recovery.
That is wonderful to hear.
You're welcome to dine with us, if you'd like.
Oh, thank you, but I will be spending the day with my nephew and his family.
Of course. Give him my best.
Merry Christmas, Uncle Scrooge.
Oh, Merry Christmas, Tim.
Well, this is a scene I never thought I'd see.
Oh, I'm sorry, I must be going now.
Just a moment, please. I wish to thank you.
Thank me for what?
I know the man wished to remain anonymous, but I knew it was you. I carried such anger in my heart for so long, and it interfered with my life in too many ways. I can see that you're a changed man now, so why shouldn't I change too? The present meant so much to me.
It's only the right thing to do. Forgive me.
Forgive me too. And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. To you both.
Thank you for everything, Ebenezer.
For what?
I think you know. You old fool.
Glad it helped.
Merry Christmas, Ebenezer.
Merry Christmas, Belle.
Scrooge had learned sacrifice while teaching Dr. Duncan forgiveness. He did what he needed to do in the name of the best for those he loved. Love really did fill his heart. He truly is a new Scrooge.
Well, it has been another truly great Christmas. We've all been blessed.
God bless us, everyone.